Hi Sophia, I hope that you're well and enjoying your maths learning. So for today, I thought I would give you the challenge. This is the last video for you to do with our addition strategy. So the challenge for this video is to come up with a couple of questions that you could use all strategies for to practice. It's always really important when we're doing our maths learning to double check our work at least. But if we have three strategies that we know really well, so you've got your number line strategy, your compensation strategy, and your place value strategy, you could always triple check your answers, and if you get the same answer 3 times, you know that you're onto a winner. So let's have a wee look at this example here. So I've got 128 plus 104. So I'm going to look at answering this 3 different ways. So here we go. So I'm going to write PV there for PVP for place value partitioning, and that's going to be my first one. So I'm going to write out the equation again, 128 plus 104. And I know that I start with my ones column first, so I circle my numbers in my ones column, and I've got 8 and 4 is 12, and then I look at my numbers in my tens column, 20 and 0, so that would be 20. And then I look at my hundreds column, I've got 100 and 100, and that equals 200. And then I need to add those together. So 200 plus 20 is 220, plus 10 is 230, plus 2 is 232. So that's my first answer using place value partitioning. Let's give it a go using compensation and see if I get the same answer. Okay, so we write out the question again. Remember, it's really important when we're doing our maths that we give ourselves lots of room to work out so we don't get confused. So we've got 128 plus 104 again, and I go, which number would I like to round up or round down to turn it into a tidy number? Either of these would actually work really well, Sophia, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start with this first one. So I'm going to go 128, I'm going to make that into 130. So I've added 2, and I need to take away 2. So it would be 130 plus 102 equals 200. So I've got my 200s and 32. I've got the same answer twice. Let's just try using compensation the other way. So 128 plus 104. So I'm going to round this one down to 100. So I'm going to take away 4 there. So if I'm taking away 4 there, I need to plus 4 to that side, don't I? So it's nice and balanced. And we go 132 plus 100 equals 100, and 100 is 200, and then 32, so 232. So I actually used compensation 2 different ways that time. I rounded 1 up and 1 down, and I've still got the same answer. Let's see how we go with the number line strategy. Sometimes when we're using our big numbers, our number line is a little bit harder to use, but let's see how we go. So remember with our number line, I'm running out of space, Sophia. Actually, because we did that extra compensation, we'll do it on the next page. So we've got the number line there. And remember, we have to put our biggest number at the start of the number line. So it's going to be 128. Rewrite out our equation. Plus 104. And we need to jump 104. So I'm just going to jump. I think I'm going to break up this one. I'm going to start by jumping 50. It's going to take me 10 jumps to jump all the way up if I'm adding 100. So I'm going to try and jump in slightly less jumps. So I'm going to go 128 and I'm going to jump 50. Okay, so now we've got, so we're just changing that tens number in the tens column. So I'm at 178. And then I'm going to jump, I'm just going to jump 20. So now I'm at 198. And then I'm going to jump another 20. And we're at 202. 18. And so I added another 20. So far I've used 90. So I'm going to jump another 10. And we're at 228. And then add another 10. And then I have to jump the last 4. So now I'm at 128. I'm going to break that down. I'm going to jump into 2. So to 2 to get to 230. And then I'm going to add another 2 to get to 232. I could have done it like this. I could have gone 128 and then added lots of 10. So we've got 128 plus 104, and I can break that 100 into 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 1, 2, 3, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and then 4, but it's lots of jumps, but we could give it a go. We could go jump 10, 138, jump another 10, 148, jump another 10, 158, jump another 10, 168, and if I don't 1, 2, 3, 4, jump another 10, 178. When you're doing lots of jumps like this, it's really good to cross off your work so that you don't get confused about how many you've jumped, because you're jumping so much, it is hard. Sometimes you lose track of how many you've jumped. So we've jumped 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 so far. And we need to jump another 10. That gets us to 188. And then another 10, 198. And then another 10, 208. And then another 10, 218, and then another 10, 228, and then the 4. So we're going to do that in lots of 2. So we get to 230, and then 2 more is 232. So when you're doing the number line, you can decide how big you want to do your jumps. We could have done 2 jumps of 50 and then the 4. It's just whatever you feel comfortable with jumping. Just remember, if you're doing lots of jumps, that you're writing down how much you've jumped and doing a wee chart down here that you can cross off, just so that you can check. And we can always double check how much we've jumped by going 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 102, 104. Yay! I've jumped the right amount. Okay, so I had the question 128 plus 104. I use place value partitioning by breaking it into the tens, the ones, and the hundreds, and then adding those together. I use compensation. In this one we rounded up to a tidy number, and in this one we rounded down to a tidy number, so we changed 104 to 100. Then we used the number line twice as well, so we jumped in bigger jumps. This time we jumped mostly in lots of 10, but every time that I did the equation, I always got 232. So I'm feeling really confident because I've done it 5 times at 232 must be the right answer. So your challenge is to ask Mum or Dad to write you up a few questions. You don't have to do many. I think anywhere between 5 and 10 would be plenty, because it takes quite a while to do one. And then see if you can work out the answer using place value partitioning, compensation, and a number line. I hope that you get the same answer each 3 times. I'm sure that you will. I can't wait to see your awesome work, Maths Superstar. See ya!